Welcome to the Voter's Choice. Thank you for tuning in on the show that gives you, the voter, the choice by giving you information about the candidate you wouldn't find on flyers or 30-second commercials. Today we have as our guest Angie Paz Carver. She's running for state representative in District number 33. Hi Angie, how you doing?
Hi, it's good to be here.
I'd like to start by telling us a little bit about you and your family.
Well, I've been married for 36 years and I have 4 children. They're all adults now. I have Jamie, my Estes, who lives in Denver. Jennifer Carver, she's working on her master's in intercultural studies and English as a second language. She's been a missionary to various parts of Asia and desires to go back as a missionary. My son Stephen is working on his PhD in orchestral conducting at James Madison University in Virginia. And Christopher's completing his degree and presently in Germany doing an intensive language program to learn German. So I have 4 children, amazing children. And we also have done treatment foster care. I wasn't ready to have an empty nest, so we decided to take in some treatment foster children. And it's been a learning experience, learning the lives of some of the children that we've had in our homes and the problems that they've faced, and the legal systems and the probation office and many things that you don't usually encounter on a day-to-day basis. But it's opened my eyes to what can be done for the treatment foster kids. They have a special place in my heart, and hopefully we can do something to improve their status. One area in the treatment foster care that bothers me is sometimes I think we set them out to fail. We may take care of them until they turn 18, but when they turn 18, all the services drop. And so these kids are pushed out of the system, but they're not ready to make all those decisions. Even some of the transitional living situations or things do not prepare them like a normal family prepares them to make these choices and decisions. So many times they fall back into the judicial system doing something that affects their life, because now they're of legal age and these choices are lifelong, have lifelong consequences.
Wow, it looks like a lot of candidates talk about these things, but you live them. So you talk from real experience and real understanding.
That's one of the reasons I feel like I'm qualified to be able to go into Santa Fe, because I know the conditions of some of my families that I take care of and the treatment foster kids experiences that they come from.
And you know what works and what doesn't work.
What doesn't work.
You're with the Paz and the Carver family. Can you fill us in a little bit?
Well, my name is Angie Paz Carver, and my father was George Paz, and my mother Angela Paz. And the Paz family has been in this area since before New Mexico was a state. My grandfather was once chairman of the Republican Party, and my dad owned and operated Bronson Printing Company, which printed many local published newspapers for many, many years. And but his first love was engineering, chemical engineering. My dad, in his later years, helped develop a lot of water systems for rural communities along the southern part of the county and into El Paso County. And his family, there are many people that people know around this community. His brother Raymond Paz, and he was an optometrist. Paz Park was named after Raymond because he was working with the city of Las Cruces in the Parks and Recreation Committee for years, and so they honored him by naming Paz Park. And his son, Dr. Thomas Paz, who is now an optometrist and serves many clients in this community. My sister, Dr. Conchita Paz, also works here with Family Care Associates and is a member of the Mountain View Regional Medical Center. All my brothers and sisters have gone to college My parents, even though they didn't have any money to afford college, they found a way to get the education because education was important to my father. And that was a value that he's passed on to me.
Besides the Paz side, there's a Carver side to your background.
Well, my husband's family were early settlers in the Mesilla Valley. His grandfather had the farm right where St. Clair's Bistro is.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Carver farm. There was Doc Carver. He was one of the first dentists in this area. Carver Road is named after him. The Carver Building was named after him. Sometimes people don't know where the Carver Building is, but it's the Coa's bookstore on the downtown mall. So the Carvers have had a big impact. His sister, Sharon, also became a dentist, and she was here for many years. A lot of patients know her.
Oh, great. It's like you are firmly grounded in this community, and you have decided to run for office. So tell us why.
With the challenges facing the state, with the struggling economy, the healthcare crisis, and our being ranked 49th in the country with child welfare and poverty, this is my moment in time. My life experiences have drawn me perfectly to this point in time to help bring to Santa Fe new, fresh ideas. We cannot continue moving in the same direction or doing business as usual in the state of New Mexico if we want to move forward.
Why would a Democrat vote for Angie Paz Carver? Give me that information.
Well, most of my family are Democrats, and I know they'd vote for me. So,
well, there you go. Okay. Just with the Pazes, you could win the election.
Large family. Republicans and Democrats have a lot of similar values. They both care about family, traditional family values, thriving education, and a strong economy. I know what my constituents need and what their concerns are.
And what do they need? What are your goals like once you get elected?
I have 3 goals that I would like to see in terms of being elected. Early child development, healthcare reform, and supporting small business development. With early child education, I propose expanding early child intervention services from birth to 5. I would also like to launch a statewide campaign called Read to Your Child that encourages parents and adults to read to their child from birth. This partnering with other organizations such as the Children's Reading Foundation of Doña Ana County will help increase not only the benefits of reading, but it will strengthen family relationships, parent-child relationships, and it may decrease the numbers of children affected by social promotion. And then healthcare. I would like to work as a liaison to create a preventive, affordable health insurance. I would also propose to eliminate the gross receipts tax on healthcare providers. This is a detrimental tax. They cannot pass it on to the consumer, and the idea is not to increase costs to the consumer with this tax, but to eliminate the tax altogether. This will draw and attract healthcare providers and keep our healthcare providers in our state. I'd also like to make sure I'm actively fighting for the best healthcare that our state can provide. With small business, I'd like to support and propose tax initiatives to help small business thrive and grow. When they grow, they're creating jobs. As a small business owner, I know when my business is thriving, it creates job opportunities.
Angie, tell me about your business. What have you done business-wise to qualify you to be making these decisions?
I was one of the first nurse practitioners in the state to hang my shingle. In 1993, the legislature said the nurse practitioners can have independent practice and prescriptive privileges. So in 1995, I decided let's do it. And my business name is Mesilla Valley Healthcare Associates. And we've been in business 17 years, family practice. We have a lot of children in my practice. I have 2 other nurse practitioners in with me, Esna Navarro and Jimmy Hauser. And it has grown. And with my practice, I also have a component of community education we call Full Potential Program. And with the Full Potential Program, they provide in the school districts character education to help teenagers learn to make healthy choices. They learned refusal skills, they learn how to make decisions, how to choose friends, how to make better choices. And we've been doing that part of the program for about 5 years. And I also am a director of a peer mentor group called CATS, Concerned About Teen Sexuality. And this peer mentor group goes into schools and does presentations to encourage kids also to make healthy choices. So.
Oh, you've been quite involved in business and in the community.
And in the community.
That's terrific. There's several proposals out there to create a national park with the Oregon Mountains. Can you fill us in a little bit on that and what your position is on those Oregon Mountain proposals?
I love the Oregon Mountains. I've enjoyed watching early sunrises and the colors of the mountains at sunsets. We need to protect our Oregon Mountains. I believe in Congressman Pierce's proposal, which is to protect the Oregon Mountains but keep the public lands open. There's a wilderness designation proposal out there, and the wilderness designation or the Conservation Act proposals would be a threat to our border security. What they would do would be creating a corridor for the drug traffickers to come through, and that would create a national a threat. So we need to not allow that to happen. We need to protect our Oregon Mountains, but we need to be safe.
You know, let's follow up a little bit more on that. Do we need to be giving driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants?
We need to protect our borders by not giving driver's license to undocumented immigrants. We are one of the last states in the country that does that. And we have become a target for immigrants and criminal international terrorists to gain access to the rest of the United States. We cannot allow that to happen. We have got to create procedures in order to prevent the terrorists from getting driver's license.
So you're saying terrorists are coming across to get driver's licenses and then using those driver's licenses to infiltrate the rest of the United States.
Once they've gotten a driver's license, they can go anywhere in the country and change out for some other state's driver's license. So they may be in other states and we lose track.
So New Mexico is in danger of becoming a central launching point for terrorists throughout America.
We're one of the 2 states that provide driver's license to undocumented immigrants. So that makes us a target, which makes the rest of the country unsafe. So it is no longer the era of just giving undocumented immigrants from poor countries coming in to make a new life for themselves. That's not the issue anymore. The issue is border security. We need to protect our borders.
Wow. And with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more from Angie Paz Carver.